If someone destroys your base, chances are you'll forget about it and move on, and most of the time, that's what I do too. However, this base is the exception to that rule. After nearly a year and countless griefs, I am returning to my spawn base 1600 Town on the Minecraft Anarchy server oldfrog.org, and this is the full story. One day in December of 2022, I decided to build an outpost just outside of the completely destroyed part of the spawn region, just under 2,000 blocks from 00. Its main purpose was to serve as a point I could leave an ender chest at and gear up whenever as I spawn. Of course, anything you build that close to spawn will never last more than a few weeks, or sometimes even days, so I did what any complete idiot would do. Each time I returned to 1600 Town and it was griefed, I added more builds in addition to repairing the existing ones. Over a period of 2 months, 1600 Town went through at least 4 major rebuilds and several smaller repairs, especially in the days immediately following the destruction of my former base, New Rodinia, in January 2023, when I made spawn my temporary home for a few days. These were the most active times of 1600 Town, when I invited anyone passing through to visit, and some, like 2Chest, even added their own touches to the base. Eventually though, I went on my way to Viridian City, which by the way was also griefed soon after by Bro77 in February. You can watch my video to see what it looked like. 1600 Town was then set on the back burner for months, as oldfrog.org plunged into turmoil related to rumored coordinate exploits and base griefs. On top of that, I was personally feeling burnt out on the server, having been actively playing for 2 years straight at that point. I never really made an official announcement or goodbye, I just slipped away to live my life away from Old Frog for a while. That is, until I began playing again recently. When I visited 1600 Town, I saw it was entirely covered in a massive lava cast. Surprisingly, the pathways leading to its coordinates from the east and south were still completely intact, so I at least had somewhere to start. As for the buildings themselves, however, they were unsalvageable even for me. So, given the condition of the ruins, I decided to start from scratch, using the pathways as a reference point, and building the brand new iteration of 1600 Town underneath the lava cast. I felt more confident this time that the base was guaranteed safety for at least a few days, and that's all I really needed anyway. If I hadn't made this video, I would have stayed safe a lot longer simply because of how few players are patrolling spawn nowadays. Even in a small server though, less players patrolling means more new players escaping the landscape of spawn, and they can use 1600 Town as a rest stop for the new player's food of choice, melons. In addition to melons, I added an underground sheep pasture, water for fishing, and an abundance of vines, so you can climb around when you're bored, I guess. Speaking of bored, if you have made it this far in the video without getting bored and clicking off, consider subscribing so you don't miss one of my very sporadic uploads. Make sure to like the video too so oldfrog.org reaches a wider audience. Now, my name is Zany, and thanks for watching.